With harvest in full swing and the date inching closer to November, new and old bucks are steadily becoming more visible on camera, a refreshing sight as we continue our grind through the middle of the month. Though we aren't laying awake at night due to the excitement for the next morning's hunt quite yet, the anticipation of catching a shooter buck in daylight rises with every trip to the stand. On October 16th, after filming his son kill a nice buck earlier this year, Dusty Wood makes his fall pursuit debut from one of his favorite timber sets.
Okay, I'm here at one of my favorite places to hunt, and it's kind of a little pinch point. You see behind me there's a lake, and I've got some white oaks and stuff out here. Deer bed back, mainly back toward my northeast.
As deer pile in around Dusty's stand, an unwelcome visitor makes an appearance, unsettling the entire woods for the rest of the evening. Almost a full week after Dusty's Bobcat encounter, Blake Garrett heads out to a familiar food plot where he shot his oldest buck to date last year. The following evening, after seeing only a few does in the green inner sanctum plot, he decided to try a new spot on some permission ground he just acquired this season.
Well, good afternoon, y'all. It is October 22nd. I slept in here to this new spot that I got permission for this year. First time ever hunting this. I need a specific northeast wind for this spot, and we don't get those very often. But we got one today, so I snuck it in here. I got a trail camera down on the creek behind me, and I've had some very good bucks pictured on that creek crossing. So with any luck, one might slip up here to these beans on this field edge and start hitting some scrapes. I don't know how this farm hunts, but so it's more of an observation set. I wish I could have got here earlier in the season, but I was unable to with the wind direction that I need. So we're just gonna sit back and see what happens tonight. the most there at one point for a good bit, just eating away at the beanstalk. He worked around me and is just working down this edge. I got a doe out there right now. You gotta peek through the leaves to see her, so not as exciting as I said I was hoping for, but at least I've seen something and learned something about this new piece, so we'll keep on hunting and see what happens.
That same evening, 20 miles to the south, with an easterly wind and Nate Burgess behind the camera, I make my way to the rhino's blind overlooking the new plot at the cabin property, hoping to catch a glimpse of a giant buck that just returned to the farm. A buck that gave me the slip so many times last season. Despite tons of trail camera pictures of him, I was never able to see him on the hoof.
Alright, it's October 22nd. We're back in the rhino's blind on the new plot at the cabin. Last time you saw us, I was in here with Blake. First morning hunt of the year. Got Nate running the camera tonight. But the reason we're in here is because it's cooled off 10 degrees since yesterday. It's still not real cool. We're in the 60s, but yesterday was in the 70s, so we did have a little bit of a cold front come through. It was real windy yesterday. It's calmed down, and we have the right wind to be in here. But above that, our target buck showed up on the 18th. The shed buck is what I've been calling him. I talked about him probably a little bit on my vlog last year, but I didn't have a name for him yet. I just called him the split 3 buck because I thought based on all the pictures I had, he had a split G3. Well, I actually found his shed, and I'll take you back and show you that.
So I'm out here doing some shed hunting today, March 15th, and I was looking for one deer in particular. I've been kind of waiting for it to get warm. This is the first time I've been, and I just found his right side, which has a lot of character on it. So check this out, guys. He's just got that great big extra point on there and some flyers. I'm gonna look around through here, see if I can find his other side, but I'm really pumped up about that. That's pretty cool.
So I found his shed, as you guys saw, and he actually didn't have that split 3. He has an inside point on his right side. Well, he came back this year. I got a picture on the 18th of a really nice buck over on this white oak ridge, just off of this plot, probably 50, 75 yards. And didn't know if it was him or not, because this buck had a similar point, but his frame just didn't look exactly the same. So I got the HD picture and I did some digging and found looking through all of his pictures from last year, because this deer was pretty regular on camera from early November. I got him all the way through January, so he's living close to this 10-acre piece. But anyway, found a picture, compared him to, and decided that, we all decided it was for sure the same buck. So he's actually got that same big inside point as he did last year. He's got another one on the same side underneath that one on his main beam, and now he's got one on his left side too. So he's got 25 plus inches of extra antler this year, so he's just a stud of a deer, especially for 10 acres. So I was happy to see him show back up earlier than he did last year too. He's kind of the reason I made this new plot, so hopefully maybe he'll sneak in here tonight. I haven't had a picture of him since the 18th, but again, he's spent so much time around here, even on this property, that I know he's living close. So I think tonight's really the first night I've been excited about being in a blind. So we're gonna kick back in here. We got probably an hour and a half of daylight left, and we'll see if he follows these does out. I expect them to be out about 6 o'clock. That's where they've been about every evening, so maybe they'll get out a little earlier with the cool weather, give him some time to make his way out. So that's the plan for the evening. That's why we're here, and hopefully we'll have that deer down sometime this year, if not tonight.
Alright, well, we got skunked again at the cabin tonight. We're heading out now. It got dark on us. I didn't want to mess around with doing an exit interview while we were sitting in a blind, just knowing how close that deer's potentially staying. We did have one doe come in behind us and blow at us. We saw her crossing the driveway when we walked in, so we figured it was probably that one coming back and checking things out. But anyway, we'll try it again. I don't know if we'll get back out there this week or not, but next good wind we get to sit that blind, we'll definitely be back in it. Looks like next weekend, next Sunday, Monday is going to be pretty good, so maybe then. Maybe before then, we'll see, but appreciate everybody's tuning in to Fall Pursuit Episode 3, and we'll see you guys again next Tuesday for Episode 4. Hopefully we'll have something down on the ground for you.
I'm here at one of my favorite places to hunt, and it's kind of a little pinch point.
Well, at least I can pull a spike in this tree. Not as exciting as I said I was hoping for, but at least I've seen something and learned something about this new piece.
Our target buck showed up on the 18th, the shed buck. That's why we're here, and hopefully we'll have that deer down sometime this year, if not tonight.
Another relatively slow week in the woods has us eagerly awaiting the best days that are yet to come. We can now see those days in the weather forecast, though. With predictions looking favorable for mature buck movement, next week can't come soon enough. Until then, though, we remain steady in our fall pursuit.